Howdy everybody, it's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy because today I'm going to do a tag video from 2fat2furious. Also, I don't want to mess up your name, so I'm going to say G and Nicky because that's what I say in my head. His name, I'm going to try it anyway. Gerard? Something like that? Sorry, he says a lot of people mess up at his name, but I love their channel. They're super funny. So they did a movie edition tag. It is 15 questions, and they tagged everybody, and I love movies. So if you haven't been following along, I love movies. Before the theaters closed, I would go see 2 or 3 movies a week in the theater. So let's just jump right into it. I haven't thought about my answers yet, which I feel like I should, but I like the challenge of not knowing what I'm going to say. Hope you like it too. Here we go. All right. Question number 1. Which actor or actress would you like to play your life story? So, if somebody was playing me in my life story, who would I want? That's Melissa McCarthy. She's funny. She's so funny. And she's very versatile. And although not exactly look like me by any means, I think I'd pick her because she's funny. I like to think that I'm funny. And she'd just be really good at it, I think. So, question number 2. Who is your favorite actor or actress? Can I answer for both, maybe? So my favorite actor is Tom Cruise. Just kidding. Tom Hanks, actually. I don't know why I always think it's funny to pretend like I don't know the Tom's names. It probably isn't. But anyway, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is my favorite actor. He's been my favorite actor since I was young. As has my favorite actress. My favorite actress, Sally Field. She's amazing. She was Gidget and the Flying Nun, and then she grew up and did movies. And anyway, she's a huge supporter of the LGBTQIA+, or as TikTok calls it, the Alphabet Mafia. So Tom Hanks, Sally Fields. Question number 3. Most hated character of all time. Oh gosh. Most hated character in a movie? Have I hated a character in a movie? I mean, I suppose it would have to be a bad guy. Most hated character in that one's tricky for me. Why is that one tricky for? I like everybody in the movie. They're in the movie. It's a good movie, even if it's a bad movie. I still watch it because I like to watch movies. I can only think of a TV show, and I can't even think of her name, the character's name. I hated that one character in Orange is the New Black, Pennsatucky. Pennsatucky, right? Isn't that her name? I didn't like her. And the L word, nobody liked Jenny. I don't think so. They're not movies, but I didn't like their characters. I like the lady who plays them fine, but I don't like their characters. Number 4. What is your favorite animation movie? Beauty and the Beast. Disney. That's easy. Question number 5. Have you ever had a crush on an animated character? No. No, not that I can think of. I don't know, that's... I mean, there are animated characters who are supposed to be attractive, but I wouldn't say I've ever had a crush on one. Question number 6. DC or Marvel? Marvel for movies, DC for comics. DC comics are great. DC movies are too long, too wordy, a little on the boring side. Marvel comics not as good. Movies, fantastic. So Marvel for movies, DC for comics. So if you want to read it, read DC. If you want to watch it, watch Marvel. That's, again, obviously this is all my opinion. Question number 7. Can you remember the first movie you saw in a cinema? Nope. I can remember the first movie my brother saw in a cinema, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. He loved it too because it was bright and colorful. And I honestly don't know. I saw a lot of movies. Probably one of the first that I remember seeing in a movie and was like really excited about was Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So I would have to say, I doubt that was my first movie by any means, but that's the first one that I kind of, like, I remember going to the movies and being excited in Lancaster. It had one little movie theater. So I'm going to say Return of the Jedi would be my first movie that I remember. But I can't remember the first one. Do you know, Mom? Do either of you know maybe what my first movie was? I can't think of it. Question number 8. Have you ever watched a movie alone in a cinema? Oh yeah, that's the way I prefer it. No offense, but don't talk to me. I'm watching a movie. And just for the record, no, I don't know what's about to happen. So stop asking me questions. And this is why I prefer movies alone. Nobody talks to me. Sometimes small children, but they're small children and I'm okay with that. But for the most part, I prefer the movies alone. Also probably why I've been single. What did we figure out, like 15 years or something? Could be. But anyway, I like it. Question number, what movie were we at? What question were we at? Question number 9. What is your favorite movie of all time? That depends on the day. And on the genre. Like, are you talking about musicals? One of my favorite musicals is The King and I. One of my favorite animated movies is Beauty and the Beast. One of my favorite old movies is The Greatest Show on Earth. Gee, you'd probably like that one. It's an older one. Nikki, you probably wouldn't, but it's a good one. So, anyway. Question, did that answer it? I don't know. It depends on the day. But those are good ones to start with. Question number 10. Name a sequel you're still waiting for. Avatar. I'm still waiting for Avatar. I was so excited when Avatar came out in the movie theater. So I love going to the movies, but I rarely ever go back to see the movie, with the exception of Star Wars. Every Star Wars movie for the last, since the prequels at least, I've gone and saw the movie at least twice in the theater. There are a few exceptions to that. One is actually, now that I think about it, the shirt I'm wearing today, which I don't know how much you can see of it, but it's the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. That was the first one. It was the best one. It was so campy. It was Disney lore. It was great. But they had a ton of sequels. Avatar came out. It was amazing. And I had to go back and see it again. But I went and saw it in 3D. I feel like I'm getting wordy, but y'all are used to me. So 3D, I have vertigo top issues. So 3D in a movie theater can be too much for me. That's normally also why I go twice. Because I normally see it first, the Star Wars in 3D, and then I go back and see it again in the regular one so I can catch all the stuff I missed. I did the opposite with Avatar. I went and saw it in 2D, not thinking it would be that big of a thing. Thought it was so glorious and epic. Couldn't wait to see it in 3D, so I went back and saw it in 3D. And it's supposed to be coming out soon-ish. I know everything got delayed, but I'm still waiting on the Avatar sequel. Question number 11. Name a movie you would like to be stuck in. You know what? I'm going to think about that one and pause for a moment while I blow my nose. And we're back. Alright, so, name a movie you'd like to be stuck in. I'm going to say Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, because who wouldn't want to be there? It's such a fun place. It's a good little movie. Number 12. What movie made you cry the most? I'm not a big crier at movies. Mr. Rogers. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Is that what it was called? The one with Tom Hanks. I cried a bunch. Because, Tom Hanks is my favorite actor, but Mr. Rogers is, we're not even going to talk about him, because even just thinking about Mr. Rogers makes me so emotional I want to cry. I love Mr. Rogers. Let's see. Question number 13. What is your favorite scene from a movie? Oh, I know. That's easy. And I think maybe scenes in movies also have to do with my favorite actor and actresses. Steel Magnolias with, if you haven't seen it, it's been out way too long. You should have already seen it, so if this is a spoiler. But anyway, when they're at the cemetery after she dies, and there's that scene with all the ladies, and they go, Sally Field goes from a crying hot mess to when they tell her to slap Weezer to just hysterical laughter. And that did make me cry. That, not as much as the Mr. Rogers, but that does almost make me cry, I should say, every time. But then they do that switch so fast, and it's just so good. That range of emotion in just such a short period. Great scene. Love that scene. There's probably 100 other ones. That's just the first one that pops in my brain. Question number 14. Name a movie character you can relate to. I don't know. I don't. Honestly, I can't. A movie character I can relate to. I don't watch movies because I relate to them. I don't look for myself in movies. I am myself. I don't look for people who are like me in movies. I just watch movies. Oh, that's a hard one. Stall, stutter, and we still can't think of an answer. Who do I most relate to? I'm thinking some of my favorite movies. Some of my favorite movies don't have no people in it that I relate to. It's just a good movie. Oh no. Do I get a pass? I don't get a pass. Who can I relate to? I don't know. Is there one about a regional training manager? I could relate to that. Work at home? I honestly cannot come up with an answer for that. I apologize. I hope I have not failed the tag. Maybe I can add a question or something. And no, we're on the last question. Question number 15. Who is your favorite movie couple? Oh, I know. Ruth and Iggy from Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. They're one of my favorite couples. It's one of my favorite books, too. I realize there's cultural things that are not handled appropriately, but still, it's one of my favorite books. So, yeah, that's going to do it. I still don't know who I relate to. Iggy. I relate to Iggy because she's, I don't know. She likes to wear pants when she should wear dresses. I'm kind of like that. Who knows? I don't know. That's really a hard one for me. Maybe in a later, if I come up with something, maybe I'll edit it in or add it at the bottom here if I come up with something. If you don't see anything here, I didn't come up with anything. So, but that's going to do it for today's tag. I hope you enjoyed my few questions on the movies. I was thinking about Attracted To, and I remember the way that G and Nicky answered it. And it was like, or have you had a crush on or something? So I would have to say out of all the characters in movies and things, he said Jessica Rabbit, which is a really good one. I would say Betty Boop. I've always had a thing for Betty Boop because my first grade teacher had a Betty Boop collection. And so I've just always liked that style of like 1920s big hair, red dress. I should have brought Betty Boop today instead of Sully. Did y'all meet my special guest, Sully? This is Sully. He should make sound. How does he make sound?
If you want to be scary, you gotta look scary. Let the scary out.
So that's Sully. He's our special guest today, but maybe I should have brought Betty Boop. We'll bring her down another day. I do have a Betty Boop doll, so. But that's going to do it for today. I'm horrible at tagging people too, so like G and Nikki, if you want to do this video, then I tag you and let me know, and I'll be happy to drop your information in the comments section, not the comments, but in the description section down below. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. If you know me, should I have answered some of those questions differently? Do you have better answers that I might have been able to come up with? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe if you know how. We're still gaining subscribers. I hope you have enjoyed this first fun Friday of the new year. And until next time, I'll see you real soon.